Neffati out of France. Going to take on an interesting young man that we saw in our previous trip to Canada, Schiller, Hyppolite.
And Neffati has been a good domestic fighter in France. He fought for the French super middleweight title last April. He was knocked out by Christopher Rebras. But he has gone the 8 and 10 round distance in the past. Schiller's never gone 10, so this could be a guy who could pace himself and maybe give Schiller some difficulty here tonight.
This bout scheduled for 6 rounds, just over the super middleweight limit.
This is his first trip to Canada. This is his first fight outside of France. He did have one fight in Tahiti, but that is part of France, or French Polynesia. I'm sure lots of our Wealth TV subscribers have houses in Tahiti or vacation there.
And at least he speaks the language they speak here.
That's right, so he's very comfortable.
His son, Azouz Neffati.
Schiller, Hyppolite.
Here comes Schiller, Hyppolite. We saw him in a very entertaining scrap, his last bout out on November 3rd against Francien Titu. That was a grudge match kind of going into the fight. They fought like it.
Well, he came up short in that one, and he did a lot of moving around the ring, a lot of showboating. I'll tell you, at the weigh-in yesterday, Schiller was extremely stoic. There was none of that. And we're not just using cliches here. I mean, he didn't even want to stick around for the pose down for the photographers. He seemed to be all business, and whatever flamboyance he had before wasn't there at the weigh-in yesterday.
At times a loss can humble you.
See, walking in with him, he's trained by a familiar face to boxing fans, Jean-Francois Bergeron, former heavyweight contender. Of course, fought Nikolai Valuev, Dominic Gwynn. And Schiller is his protege. This is his main fighter. So he's hoping to get him back in the win column here tonight.
Well, let's go up to ring announcer.
Le prochain combat est prévu pour 6 rounds dans la catégorie des mi-lourds. The next bout is scheduled for 6 rounds in the light heavyweight division and is proudly brought to you by Monster Gym. We don't set the bar, we are the bar. Les juges pour ce combat, the judges for this bout, Richard de Carufel, Marie-Josée Guérin et Jean Lapointe. L'arbitre, the referee, Alain Villeneuve. Introducing first in the blue corner, he weighed in at 161.4 pounds. Il porte la culotte noire, wearing black. His professional record: 8 wins with 1 draw in 13 bouts as a professional, with 5 wins coming by way of knockout. From Marseille, France, Hassene, Neffati. Son adversaire dans le coin rouge, his opponent in the red corner. He weighed in at 166.7 pounds, wearing black with silver trim. Sa fiche professionnelle, his professional record, an excellent one. 5 wins with only 1 defeat, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. De Montréal, Schiller, Hyppolite.
Messieurs, vous avez reçu mes instructions avant le combat. Je veux le combat qui soit propre. On touche les gants.
26-year-old Schiller Hyppolite taking on Hassene Neffati. Mark Abrams ringside here at the Hilton Casino Lac Lemay in Gatineau, Quebec, Canada. Well, TV. Hyppolite, they both have black and silver kind of trunks. Hyppolite's got a little red on him. Got his nickname Amani across his belt line.
of an uncharacteristic approach here for Neffati, who usually is kind of a steady, plodding pressure fighter. He's being backed up right now by Schiller Hyppolite.
Neffati 8-4-1, 5 knockouts. He's been stopped 3 times. He's coming off a 7th round stoppage loss to 12-3 Frankie Paynes.
And Schiller, by this point in the fight, has usually said something to his opponent, stuck his tongue out, done something. Looking very reserved, even in his ring entrance and his introduction.
Both land shots on the inside. Fight starting to pick up here. Hyppolite lands a jab to the body.
Hyppolite was a good athlete. He was a successful basketball player here locally, kind of converted into boxing. Small for a basketball player, obviously, but he could be big in his weight class.
A 26-year-old from Montreal, Quebec. Got his hands down, especially his left. He's got a quick jab tonight.
And this is what J.F. Bergeron wanted to turn him into. Because he's a tall, lanky fighter, they wanted to convert him into a steady, jabbing, rangy fighter. He's giving the appearance he's at least progressing toward that now.
A couple nice jabs from Hyppolite. Some of the couple kind of half hook, half jabs. Comes some of the theatrics from Hyppolite. Little shuffling going on.
He's a confident fighter. He's confident in his athletic ability, but he found out that pure athleticism and confidence, as he takes a look up at the clock in the middle of the fight, it can't carry you past a solid professional. He found that out against Francie and Titu.
End of round 1. As Hyppolite lands a balance shot, he misses with the follow-up right hand. Scheduled for 6, Hyppolite and Neffati. Some of the action in round 1, Corey.
You see Schiller Hyppolite keeping a range on Neffati and kind of taking him out of his game. Again, usually a guy who would like to come forward. It's Schiller who's walking him down with a good jab here in the first round. You see evidence of that in the highlight pack.
See Jean-Francois Bergeron stepping over the top rope. I don't know if I've ever seen a cornerman do that. Round 2 scheduled for 6. Schiller Hyppolite. Hassene Neffati.
Neffati got caught with a check left hook. And Bergeron was calling for some kind of hook in the corner. Perhaps getting a little more control of his pupil than he had in the N-T2 fight.
Left hook and then a little left to the body. Quick left hook inside. His jab is almost acting like a left hook tonight as Neffati gets in a little combination. Jab to the body.
Well, Neffati appears sturdy and competent in there. And it took 2 guys with 20 or more pro fights to stop Neffati. So if Hyppolite were to do that, it'd be quite the feather in his cap.
And a hard left hand rocks Neffati momentarily. And good right. Hyppolite now feeling his oats, coming in, lands a right hand. He tries to push Neffati off.
Jeff Bergeron waving Hyppolite in.
There's a good right and another uppercut. Hard right drives Neffati back to the ropes, and he takes a knee.
Wisely takes a knee because there is no standing 8 count in the province of Quebec.
Schiller, Hyppolite, let's see if he goes for the finish here.
Jeff Bergeron instructed him to go to the body, to dig the left hook downstairs. Thinking maybe...
Oh, hard right hand rocks Neffati again, and he's in trouble. Neffati trying to fight back, but he does have his legs underneath him, and a good left hook, and another one. Schiller, Hyppolite, again, he's bouncing Neffati all over the ring here. 2 right hands.
Neffati's corner nearly jumped into the ring there.
He's got that towel really clinched in his hand, ready to launch it.
Well, you would think the one more shot will either convince him to do that or get Neffati out of here. Neffati fighting back a little bit.
Yeah, he lands a little left there, but it's not going to discourage Hyppolite at all. We come to the end of round 2. Schiller, Hyppolite gets the knockdown. Hard right again. And a left.
Well, Neffati walks to his corner without any guidance or assistance, so this one will continue, but that was a monstrous round for Schiller Hyppolite, who's fighting, Mark, like someone with a point to prove here tonight.
Like I said, those losses humble you, and they refocus. I mean, compared to the last fight, he was more focused on putting on a show rather than winning last time. And Bergeron, his trainer, he's been around the block and then some. He probably gave him the old, we're going to do it my way or we're not going to do this at all kind of thing.
Well, he was furious after that last fight, but you can see here in the highlights, this is putting on a show as well. An impressive display of combination punching here.
And like we said, Hyppolite's got a big personality, and you can still do that type of things, but only when you're landing hard shots. He wasn't doing that against NT2. In fact, it was NT2 who's taking the fight to him, and ultimately NT2 got the victory. And see Hyppolite coming down, arms at his waist. Sticks the jab in the face of Neffati. Make him miss, and Hyppolite made him pay with a hard jab. Jab to, has a straight right to the body. Jab from Neffati. He seems to have his wits about him a little bit here as we start round 3.
Well, Schiller's giving him the opportunity to recover, although that will send him back into a bad place again.
We're both speaking too soon. As soon as he sees a guy who's okay, he seems to get racked again.
Schiller seems to be looking for that one-punch game changer here.
Neffati gets in a right hand. First time he has Hyppolite on the retreat, but Hyppolite comes back.
Seemed to be more of a balance issue there for Hyppolite from our vantage point.
Body shot uppercut from Hyppolite. Hard right hand. Double jab, that right hand just missed.
The counter left hook from Hyppolite.
Good right to the body. Left from Hyppolite, little short.
Hyppolite really focusing on going to the body here.
Left hook from Hyppolite.
Hyppolite's kind of gotten away from jabbing and focusing on it the way that he was in the first 2 rounds. Still been effective, but not quite as impressive as he was in the early going.
A big left hook again. Hard right hand has Neffati, and this fight is over. Corner stops it. Very impressive performance from Schiller Hyppolite.
And coming on the heels of me saying he wasn't as impressive in this round as he was in the early going.
We should just shut up with our opinions for the rest of the night. But no, that was very, very impressive. I'm impressed by Hyppolite. Like I said, losses sometimes can make you a better fighter, and you know, from the next 4, 5, 6 outings, we see more of that from Hyppolite. That loss will wind up being the best thing that ever happened to him.
Well, he looked like a decidedly different fighter as we take a look at how the fight ended. That hard right hand, straight down the middle. And the corner had seen enough. As soon as they saw how he hit the mat, they waved it off immediately. But Hyppolite, again, looked drastically different than he did against Francie and T2. And the loss, based on where he is in his career, isn't damaging, doesn't mean it's the end for him, especially as a guy who came to the sport late. That was clearly the wake-up call that he needed, and it's better that it happened early in his career when you can make those adjustments rather than later on when perhaps he's set in his ways.
And the fact that he's an athlete, you know he's got some built-in ability there. But let's go up to ring announcer Pierre Bernier.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes 59 of the 3rd round as the corner puts a halt to the contest. The winner by TKO, Schiller Hyppolite.
Let's throw it over to Corey Erdman as Schiller Hyppolite. And it looks like our good friend Chris Gauthier will be translating. Corey?
All right, here with Schiller Hyppolite with an impressive stoppage victory here tonight. Schiller, you're usually real flashy in the ring. You're flashy coming to the ring. What was different here tonight?
Est-ce que tu maîtrises bien l'anglais?
Yeah, je comprends, c'est le parler qui est pas bon.
Répondre en anglais?
Je peux parler en français.
OK, correct.
J'étais plus discipliné et j'ai décidé de changer ma personnalité. Simplement d'être plus straight et discipliné puis laisser faire le show.
He said he was trying to be more of a disciplined fighter. He wanted to change his personality and just do the basics and never mind about the show. Just be a good, disciplined fighter.
Was that something that Jean-Francois Bergeron told you to do, or is that something that you just kind of grew into?
On en a parlé ensemble et j'avais décidé déjà par moi-même de changer mon comportement. Et par la suite, il est venu me parler aussi, Stéphane Larouche, on s'est parlé ensemble et tout. Puis on disait que j'étais un bon boxeur, mais que c'est ça qu'il fallait que je me concentre sur la discipline.
He talked about it with Jean-Francois first, but it came from him. And then he talked about it with Stéphane Larouche, who's also a well-known trainer in the area. But the basic idea came from himself to change as a fighter and as a human being and add more discipline to his training.
You seem to be a much better fighter than you were last time out against Francie and T2. I know that was a grudge match between you guys. Would you like a rematch with him?
Yeah, bien sûr, for sure. We spent a couple of months, I don't know. I will stand with my team, then we discuss about that, then after that we see that. But it's for sure, I want to meet him again.
Well, congratulations on the victory here tonight, the reinvented Schiller Hyppolite. Mark, back to you.